one of the other projects here. I gotta do me some brake calipers on this bad boy, cause they be sticking. Now the rotors are all cleaned off now. Drive around, but you can see in here they still are hanging up some. Yeah, we got us some rebuilt, remanufactured calipers, something like that. I'm gonna change on them and see if it solves completely our issue here in the front end. You come completely off, huh? Alright, that's how you're gonna roll. Yeah. Give me that special tool out again. Put the rebuilt caliper on, new pads, everything, before I even take the line off this old caliper. I want to have it set up, ready to go, that way I can pop the line, put it on real quick. Get a lot less air in the system that way. No sense taking it off and then trying to do it and have it finagling up here, and then you're twisting the line and it's hanging on the line, and that's a lot more trouble than it's worth. So they look pretty. These trucks, they have these plates. This is what holds the caliper in place. There's no traditional bolt, you know, with the pin, the slide pin on these. It's just this bolt and plate that hold it on. I'm sure it's got a special name. I don't know it off the top of my head. Oh, look at that rust falling. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Well, both sides are done on, and I greased all the ball joints, tie rod ends. What I wanted to show you is, so you can see it here. I drained the fluid out of this one, holding it upside down. I wanted to show you. See, I'm getting that grease on myself. Look at the color of that fluid. Now that's your problem. See, brake fluid is, I don't know what you call it, hydrophobic or something like that. I don't really know the word for it. Let's put that in the grass. But it likes to absorb water, and along with water comes rust, so that's why both of those are a little sticky. So I think I'm gonna leave it on the stands for right now. Start tackling me on some radiator and water pump there while I'm waiting for my help to get up, and then I'll go and bleed the system out. I hate these clips. One of these days I'll buy the tool that makes this a lot easier for these freaking things. Along with the pulley and the belt, it's a good time to change it if you got one. I don't have one, so I ain't changing it. Yeah. All right. Now the fun part. I want to get all the gasket off this. No leaks so far. The water pump changed, thermostat. We actually cleaned the carburetor up a little bit. I guess I should get out and hold that mirror, huh? 205, and then now it dropped down to about 180. So she's circulating. Still got 60 pounds of oil pressure. Open that wind window. I still gotta clean this out. It's still got the mold and everything else in it. I'm gonna work other bugs out first. Mainly I had to get it idling because it wouldn't idle at all. Started to slowly think it was coming around when it was warm, but it really didn't. So I did the brake calipers in the front, new pads, then water pump, radiator, thermostat. Still not working. That temp gauge on the dash was always hit and miss. So that one works at least. The oil temperature. That's oil pressure, oil temperature, that was always goofy as well. We got good oil pressure down here. We know that one works. Taking it completely around the block, I want to get a good heat cycle in it. Number one, make sure dead gaskets are going to come back around. They ain't got no issues. Kind of the rings and all the seals, you know, slowly bring them up the temperature here, get them nice and hot, and see what she's gonna do. Brakes are there, but they have some sponginess to them. I think I'm gonna have to bleed them again. I think there's some air in them. Exhaust leak that it still has. I'm not feeling a miss, so it doesn't feel like it's missing at all. It's got a normal, decent throttle response. I think that power steering pump might be on its way out the door Man, that power steering pump is whining. I actually think the whining from that's actually getting a little worse. Tack's actually not working right now. There's a wire off of that somewhere. I have to look into that. It was working before, but now it's not working, so I might have bumped something up there. Got a lot of iffy wires going on. It's flashing pretty quick, so something tells me there's a bulb out. is actually idling a little too high. I think when they did the carburetor, they couldn't get it to idle, and that's why they had the mixer screws messed up. So I'm gonna have to dial that in. Definitely idles too hot. It's not pulling on the brakes, so that's a plus.